Good evening. I will be right with you as soon as I pin this comment. As soon as I pin this comment, I will be right there with you. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Today's melodious music break is being brought to you in part by FC and Here to Learn and Share, and whoever else decides to tap in. While we getting ready, let me get the pleasantries out of the way. Good evening, first of all. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome. But I want to give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, hanging out with my homeboy Spidey here. See Spidey, he's on my shirt. See Spidey back there, he's on the wall. Hanging out with my sweetie over here in the corner. Back there, chill on. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day. Monday through Friday, that is. Once in the morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again in the evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To discuss the price action. What do we do in the morning? We talk about what price did overnight. What we anticipate price doing that day. Cover any important ICT concepts that transpired in the price action and say, hey, take note of that. Because of that, price will more than likely do this. And then we get together in the evening and look at the price again. Unless someone has a fantabulous question that we decide to deep dive into, and we just look back at the price action and say, hey, look at that. We were right. Hey, look at that. We missed the mark a little bit. Do all of this to help someone like you get your aha moment. Now, been having a lot of new people tap in to channel memberships, right? Speaking of channel memberships, I think I saw somebody join today. Let me check and see, and then I'm going to address what I want to address as far as the channel memberships. I'm gonna entertain y'all while I'm looking this up. Let's see who can do this the longest. Smiley. Shout out Smiley for joining the channel membership. Do we have any new fancy badge? Who did it the longest? Did anybody do it longer than me? Lil Hawk. I bet you can't do it like me. Yep. Bet you can't do it like me. Yep. Bet you can't do it like me. Yep. Shout out Lil Hawk. Lil Hawk said he actually participated. Bet you can't do it like me. Yep. Bet you can't do it like me. Yep. Let me see. Do we got any new fancy badges? Rich Jink. Did we already shout you out, Rich Genius? I remember shouting out Trey. Rich Genius. If I didn't shout you out, shout out Rich Genius with a new fancy badge. If I didn't shout you out already, shout out Rich Genius with the new fancy badge. And shout out Smiley for pulling up. Now, what I want to talk about with the memberships, because somebody dropped something in the Discord today, and they said, I just joined the platinum tier earlier this week, but I can't seem to find the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live streams. How do I find the link? First of all, welcome. I'm trying to figure out why the name that's in the Discord, y'all be killing me with the names. The name that's in the Discord is not one of the people that joined this week, right? It's neither here nor there. People have a lot of names on Al Gore's internet, but just let me say this: if you joined earlier this week, then you didn't read the fine print. And I also stated it several times, but as a reiteration, effective immediately, which was last week on one of them days, I'm no longer doing the New York morning session live streams Monday through Friday. I'm using that time to focus on my own personal trading. Instead of canceling the platinum, the Black Spider membership option, I offered the alternative of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm just posting a market recap, pretty much. I'm recording the screen as the candles print and talk over it. Today, I actually talked over it live. Now, today's video is a two-parter. Half of it was from the normal morning live stream because I thought the screen was recording, but when I switched over, it said it was live, said it was recording, but when I went to start back on the other live stream, it ended. So what I had to do was chop out the piece where I was talking about the price action on the normal live stream, and then I took the other one that I recorded and I put them together, and I feel like it's a pretty dope episode. If you haven't watched it and you're in the Black Spiders, go pay attention to it. I broke down, talked about, I threw some stuff in there about the macros and how they punish the people that's been making the money. Drop that in there. Felt like I was in my bag today. I was getting my ICT on. I said, hey, this is what we're about to do. It's time for the macro. The macro is front of the attack. This right here. And the reason why they're going to attack it is because of blah, 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 blah. And yes, like that. So y'all go check it out. Now, again, the channel memberships they're not for anything special. What the channel memberships are for is give you all an opportunity if you want to give back. If you want to support the channel in a financial way. So you know how when you go to sites and they be like, hey, support here so we can keep doing this. It's not really a support here so I can keep doing this. It's just a support here because you feel grateful. You're thankful for the stuff that I do. That's all it is. I just give a little bit more of my time by, I used to do the live streams, and now I'm doing like the pre-recorded videos. And then on Sundays, we hang out for the chart prep. We chop it up. I just give more of my time because as investors and traders, we want to stop trading our time for money. And if we're constantly giving all of our time, are we really free? If we're constantly working for our money, if I'm if I'm doing this as work, if I'm doing this because you're paying me, am I really free? I'm right back in the rat race. Now I'm trading my time for money again. And that's not what I want. And that's not what I ever promised. I do appreciate everyone that participates. So let me ask this, and I ask it in love. New people and longtime Spider Gang members, please, please don't mess it up for everybody else. Because if you make it start feeling like work, I will shut this mother. But that's for real. You start making it feel like work, I will shut it down. So please don't ruin it for everybody else. We come here every day together, we chop it up. And I say this with love because there are a lot of new people that's joining the gang. And the questions that are coming in, if you take the time to do the work, those questions will be answered. Every last one of them. But I get it. You come in bright-eyed and bushy-tailed with all of your questions. Go through the material. Write your questions down as you go along. And guess what? Another video gonna answer that question that you just wrote down. Now that we've separated the wheat from the tare, what y'all doing? What y'all talking about in the chat? Lil Hawk was not the only one doing it. Here to Learn and Share was doing it. Here to Learn and Share was doing it. Rhonda was doing it. I heard Rhonda when she did it. Marcia was doing it. Marcia was doing it. I'm complaining about some guy that keep licking erasers. That's what I'm complaining about. I wasn't complaining about anything. I was asking something with a lot of love. That's what I was doing. As y'all see, my chart is still up here from this afternoon, right? My chart is still up here from this afternoon. Look at that run. Look at that run. It is beautiful. 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 Oh, it is. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. Hey, let me check something real quick, then we're gonna get into it. I don't plan on being in front of you long today. I don't plan on being in front of you long today. Do something real quick before we get started. These are 1 minute candles. These are 1 minute candles. $23. 75, 25. Spread this out. So. Yes. I'm gonna get to it in a second. Be patient. I'm talking to Robinson right now. When I said that, I'm gonna get to it in a second. Be patient. I'm talking to Robinson. Those are a little bit dark, but y'all can see it. I just want to bring these down a little bit because they a little intense. They're a little intense, and I want y'all to be able to see the candles a little bit better. They're a little intense. All right. Ah. Nine, 7, 5, 25 at 123.50. One 123 candle right there. So on this candle right there. All right. So now, I know what's not intense watching you click around on your screen. Hey man, it's a rate week. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Read your Bible. Read your Bible. Ely graduate. Just like a tiger. Read your Bible. Now, before I get into the price action, this is 9:30. We're just gonna look at it on 1 minute candles. We're gonna look at it on 1 minute candles. Let me stretch this out a little bit. I'm gonna I need that in the screen. Can I make that not? I can't make that. Let me make these letters smaller. Y'all already see what it says. Be thinking about it while those were not just okay. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, I'm reloaded. Right. There you go. More than one way to skin a cat. More than one way to skin a cat. More than one way to skin a cat. There you go. Now, while I'm breaking down the price action, why did I go long here at 39.75.25 on that 1323 candle? Be thinking about that and have an answer for me when I come back. Hey, did I put the link in the chat for the black spiders? Let me go check that. Let me go check that. No, I didn't. Here's the morning price action. No, I did not. I jalapies. Here, let me do that now. Let me do that now. I'm going to get better at this. I semi-promise that I will get better at this. Notice I said I semi-promise, because I probably will not get better at this. This is extra work. This is extra work. Okay, the link to pull up and ask questions is there now. Now that we're 22 minutes in, we have definitely separated the wheat from the tare. We have definitely separated the wheat from the tare, right? So at 9:30, the 9:30 New York Open here. Let me scoot this over a little bit so we can see what's going on. So at 9:30, we start to come down, and we came all the way down, took out the buy side up under these candles, these 1 minute candles here, right? So we took out all of this buy side under here, and we came all the way down into this down close candle, aka order block right here on the 1 minute, and did not take out this sell side after running out sell stops over here, right? So after we ran out sell stops over here, coming from like 5 o'clock in the morning, right? This is from, let's come all the way back. This right here is from the beginning of London. This is the London Open, like right around this area somewhere. We popped up, we dropped it like it's hot, dropped it like it's hot, dropped it like it's hot, right? Taking out all of the sell side liquidity, right? I can't even squanch it up enough. Right there, taking out the sell side liquidity right there. That's yesterday's low, right over here. Yesterday's low. I don't know if I'm on the right candle, so I'm not even going to try to quote it. Right, so we took out yesterday's low. Once we took out yesterday's low, notice we started just swimming in the liquidity pool, right? Swimming in the liquidity pool. What are we accumulating? Are we accumulating longs or shorts? The market going to tell us later what is accumulating. Right now, while we're accumulating, we don't know what it's accumulating. How does the market tell us what it's accumulating? What does little Timmy Rogers call the tipping of the hand? Can someone put it in the chat for me, please? Hello, Angela. How are you? Nice to see you. What do I call the tipping of the hand? Can someone put it in the chat for me, please? Right? So we're soaking up liquidity, right? Then at 9 o'clock, I mean at 9:30 open, right? We pushed up into, move this over so I can see the candle. We pushed up all the way to the top of this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, right? This is a bullish fair value gap. So that means we've gotten on the bottom side of it. So we're anticipating it to be resistance. It's a bullish fair value gap, and we're on the bottom side of it, right? So we're up under it here, acting as resistance, right? So we come up almost to consequent encroachment, come back down, hit this fair value gap after breaking market structure, hit the resistance, come back down to the fair value gap, right? Push all the way to the top of it, to the top of the resistance. Then we come back down and we push down right where I was saying we came down, and we ran out all of the sell side, resting up under these lows right here, stopping at this order block, not taking out the sell side again after we ran sell side back here in the London, right? So once we did that, we took off. Why did I highlight this? Why is that highlighted? Oh, that's the That's the macro time. 9:50 to 10:10. That's the macro time. I don't remember highlighting that today. I guess I did it on the video. But that's the macro time, right? Okay, let's leave that there. Since it's there, that's the macro time, right? Let me put something in there. Macro. 9:50 to 10:10. Macro. Inside center. No, I want it inside. Okay, so it's 9:50 to 10:10 macro. Okay, so we come down, stop at the order block, like I said. Then we start pushing back up, and we get us a nice shift in sentiment right here, taking out these relative equal highs with like a nice heavy move there. We pushed up, came back down, nice heavy move above those equal highs, stopping right there at that high there. Then we pushed all the way up and took out the buy side liquidity right there. Right? Took out the buy side liquidity that I had marked out for whatever reason, can't remember right now. Came down, pushed up above the buy side liquidity again, right? Right, we're still at the top of the resistance, right? We're still struggling with the resistance. Look at the wicks are going above, but all of the bodies of the candle are sticking inside the resistance, right? So we pop up one more time. We get one closure outside barely on the 1 minute. Then we get up and take out that buy side again. And then we drop all the way down and come all the way back down into this down close candle, aka order block. Not, and if you notice inside here, oh, let me back up. I skipped all over the macro time, right? I skipped all over the macro time. And Payal, yes, that. Thank you for putting it in the chat. Now, in an effort for there not to be any misunderstandings that little Timmy Rogers is sharing secrets with the black spiders that he's not sharing with anyone else, right? I went into great detail this morning talking about how when you get into the macro time, right? Take notes, people. We all know from ICT's teachings that the macro's job is to attack liquidity or an imbalance, right? He dropped the gem. I can't remember where the gem was dropped. He do a lot of talking. I'm not going to pretend like I remember where he said it, but he said it. The job of the macro, right, is to attack or punish. I say punish, right? He might have said punish too. Those who have been making the money up until that point. All right. It's going to attack the liquidity of those who has been making the money up until that point. Well, Tim, what are you talking about? Let's go up to a 15-minute chart so we can see it a little bit better without squanching it too much. This is the 9:30 open right here, this black line, right? separate this out some. In case you can't see it. In case you can't see it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get an arrow. And I'm going to point right here. It won't let me put it in the between them, but the macro time is right over here. That's the box down there. Right? That's the box down there. It's just in case you can't see it, right? What in the cheese and rice? Why is it still black? Why is it still black? I guess it did change the color. It just looked, oh, the purple just dark like that. I guess it's just my screen or my eyes or something, because the colors are changing. That's where the macro is. That's the macro time right there. So this right here is London. I can stretch it out big. I don't need this right here because you can see it. I can stretch it out big. This is London, right? This is the London Open. Let me mark out. All right, London Open all the way up until the macro time. All right. Looking from the London Open, all the way over to the macro time, who has been making the money, right? Who has been making the money? People going long or people going short? Who's been getting paid? People going long or people going short? From the London Open to the New York macro time. This is like this. The macro time is right after this candle right here. Who's been getting paid? People going long or people going short? People going long or people going short? Is 15 seconds that long? Somebody gonna put bears. Leave it up to Marcia to type in what I didn't say. Short. So people going short have been making the money, right? Now let's go back down to the 1 minute again, right? So the macro's job is to attack the liquidity of those who have been making the money. That's the first job. Attack liquidity or attack an imbalance. That's the macro's job. So the first thing on the agenda is to attack the liquidity. The liquidity of who? Those that have been making the money. That right there. Let me come on full screen again and say that. That's why you take notes, people. Write down notes. That right there was a gem and a half, right? The macro's job is to first attack liquidity that hasn't been touched yet, or attack an imbalance. What type of a liquidity is it attacking besides that has not been touched? The liquidity of those that have been making the money. Where will the liquidity of those who have been making money lie? It will lie and a buy stop or a sell stop. So when you're coming up on the macro time, right, and you see the potential of it going towards some buy side or sell side, if you look back and see who has been making the money, that will be a clue and a half of what liquidity it's about to attack. And that's exactly what I walked through this morning on the live, on the recording. So we say that the sellers, the shorts, the bears even have been making the money all night long. Don't need that rectangle no more. Get out of here. So now let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. So now that we know, now we can zoom out some. We can zoom out some so we can, we can see. And remember, I asked about this right here. I asked, why did I go long here on this candle at what's the name? Let me spread it out some so y'all can see that candle. Y'all can kind of look at that too while I talk about this over here. We're at the I need to see that there. Y'all might not be able to see that good. Y'all gonna have to look at it in a minute. Okay, so we've come down. We said we went to the top of the resistance, right? We went to the top of the resistance. We came back down, took out the sell side below here. Did not take out the low that we had already set, right? We did not take out this low right here that we had already set for the overnight low after soaking up the liquidity, right? After soaking up the liquidity, we took our buy side, came back down, took out sell side, and left this low alone, right? Left that low alone. Now, we start pushing up, right? We start pushing up, and the macro time kicks in right here, right? So when the macro time kick in, we get a heavy move to the upside, breaking this structure. Let me move these. Let me take these edges off so you can see the wicks. Taking the edges off so you can see the wicks. Right? So we inside the macro window, we get a heavy push up. Right? Breaking market structure, shifting sentiment. However you want to look at it. I look at it as a sentiment shift right there. Right? Actually, this would be a breaking market structure because this high did take out that sell side. So I would count that as a breaking market structure right there instead of a shift in sentiment. Right? So breaking market structure right here at this high, right? Inside the macro window, right? Now, we're in the macro window now. Scoop this over here. This is what the candles look like, right? The reason why I scooted this over here is because just looking at this right here, if you just walk into this, right? If you just walk into this right here, right? Just looking at this right here, right? Without the understanding that the shorts have been making the money all night long, all night, and without the knowledge that we're in the macro window, and without the knowledge that the macro's job is to attack liquidity that has not been touched yet by the people who has been making the money, the people that's in the money, we want to attack their liquidity without the knowledge that the macro will attack an imbalanced secondary, right? You can very well look at this and be like, hey, we just had a break in market structure to the downside, and we just came back up and we hit some resistance and we wicked off of it, right? Bodies are respecting this area right here, right? Bodies are respecting this. This is an order block. The body of the count, without the knowledge, this right here may not be screaming go long to anybody, right? It may not be screaming go long. right? I didn't do this part in the morning. This is you know, I'm extemporaneous. I speak extemporaneously, right? So now that that's been said, knowing that the algo's job is to attack the liquidity of those that has been making money, where is the liquidity of those that's been making money? Is it down here at these equal lows here? Is it there? Or is it here? How do we know which one's been making money? By zooming out and seeing who's been making the money all night long. So if you've been making money coming down here, right? Once you drop there, you took your stop from here and you put it there. Right? Once you drop there, pushed up and you dropped here, you took your stop and you put it there. Once you drop down here, consolidate, and you come here and you drop there, you took your stop and you put it there. Right? Now, the person that's been making the money all night long, their stop is sitting right here. These stops right here, they may or may not be there. Why? Because we just came down here and ran a whole bunch of sales stops. Whole bunch of them. So look how much we done soaked up so many sales stops down. We done ran a whole bunch of them. Right? So where's the bigger pool of liquidity right now? At the macro time. Right up here. Right up there. So that gives more, right? Like this right here, this entry right there at that fair value gap right there. that's inside the macro time. So that would have gave more. Yeah, let's get long right here to this entry right there. That would have given more. Let's get long there. That's a risky Roger, reckless Rachel entry. Yes, it is. But with the information that you have, because look at the this is all the risk you got right here, right? This is the risk you got right here with the opportunity of that reward. That risk to reward is like magnificente, right? So we come over, keep going, and what did it do? Took it out, took it out, took it out. Just like that. Just like that. Now that we spent a lot of time on that, let's come over here and I'm gonna let this sit on the screen for a second while the people digestify this area right here. I put, why did I go long here on this 123 candle, right? This down, that'll be the 124 candle on Ninja Trader, right? Right there at 972 39.75.25. Time and price mystery solved. I'm telling y'all, man, ICT be dropping some gems when he just be running his mouth. He be dropping gems. Matter of fact, he be dropping so many gems, he be forgetting the gems that he dropped. Because on one of the things I was listening to, he was like, I just told you what a measuring gap was. He told us what a measuring gap was back. I think it might have been on the Building Bridges episode. But he broke it down in that video. But he be dropping so many gems, he be forgetting the gems he dropped. Because he was talking about how the measuring gap is the fair value gap that's roughly 50% between the initiation point and the destination. Y'all know how we You know how we like when we start seeing consolidation and we'll grab the fib and go from the lower to high from that consolidation and stretch it up into the fib, hit that consolidation and be like, okay, this is a possible target. It's the same thing with the measuring gap. When you think, okay, this is the possible target. If you see a fair value gap like halfway in between, that's the measuring gap. And he don't want to see the measuring gap fill. And even if it happened do fill, he's still going to treat it as a measuring gap, because you can use it to measure from like the low to the gap to get the point to where it's going to end at and all of that right there. But he taught that like a long time ago. And I was running my mouth to see if anybody was going to chime in to, you know what I'm saying, what was going on right here. But okay. And you typing something else. Get your dissertation off my screen. You typing something else. I was trying to see if somebody was going to chime in on this right here, but since no one's going to chime in, I guess I'll just walk through it so I can get off, because I've been on here for 47 minutes already. Okay. Lunchtime, we did our thing. We came up, we pushed up at lunchtime, continued to come up, took out, well, after taking out that buy side, we pulled back down. Discount PDub raise our support and price. This gap, this fair value gap over here that we got the institutional order flow entry drill to continue up to take out that buy side, right? We came down, still have not touched it. This order block supported price, right? So we're still in a buy program, right? We come back up, we touch this the bottom of this bearish breaker, right? We touch the bottom of that bearish breaker right there, push back down, looking like we're about to give up the ghost a little bit. Come back down to where that same fair value gap that we did not touch this time, came back down to that fair value gap to soak up that little bit of imbalance there. And then we made our way back up, coming into lunchtime, took out some more buy side liquidity, took out some more buy side liquidity. Then we came back down into this imbalance, right back into good old Mr. Bullish fair value gap. Now we're back on the top side of it, so we're expecting him to act as what? Support. So we came down, he acted as support. We pushed up, got into the bearish breaker, right? Got inside the bearish breaker. Now that we're inside the bearish breaker and we're holding inside there, right? We have another, it's 2 1-hour bearish breakers that stacked on top of each other, right? The way I look at breakers on the lower time frames, once we get inside a higher time frame breaker, right, I'm giving it all the way to the high or the low of that breaker before I'm thinking, okay, the breaker's going to do its job, right? I'm giving it all the way. I'm watching how price acts inside the breaker from the top to the bottom, right? So looking at how price is acting from the top to the bottom, we get to the top of this breaker here, the bottom breaker, the breaker that's in between 39.71 and 39.81, right? We get to the top of that breaker there, right? And we are still in a buy program, right? We're still in the buy program because we come down, discount PDub raise our support and price, right? Discount PDub raise our support and price. We come down into this fair value gap and breaker right here inside this 15-minute fair value gap. We're expecting to act as support, right? We push up again. We come back down into this order block right here, right? Push back up again, right? It's acting as support. It's not, we're still in a buy program, right? So somebody said bullish fair value gap inside bullish breaker indicates higher prices, right? Let's go over there and see. Let's go over there and see. Let's go over there and see. We have a bullish fair value gap right there. We have a bullish breaker right there. We have a entry candle right there on the fair value gap in the bullish breaker after poking above the high inside a buy program. And Marcia will be correct. Thank you, Marcia. We're inside a buy program. We're inside a buy program, right? We're inside a bearish breaker using a bullish fair value gap as support in a buy program with a bullish fair value gap inside a bullish breaker. Right after taking out sell side liquidity. We just took out sell side liquidity. So, but you're absolutely correct. Right? And then Bob's your uncle. The rest is history. You see how we go along. It came back, gave you one other opportunity. If you didn't catch it here, it came back and gave you another opportunity right there. And then Bob's your uncle. Right? Bob's your uncle. I took 20, but by the time 4 o'clock got here, it was, let's see, this is the last candle of the day. That candle closed at, it went all the way up, but it closed at 4,250. 4,250 minus 3975.25, 2725. So seven extra points. Who cares? Who cares? But hopefully I was able to share something with someone. Green on the day, got in on macro reverse for a nice short. That's what's up. Congratulations, Sanjay. Something to do with a no, it had something to do with DR and IDR. That's what it had to do with. Hey man, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. I appreciate y'all for tapping in every single day. It ain't easy to tap in and listen to the same person talk every single day. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel in a financial way. I appreciate y'all for clicking the like button. I appreciate y'all for subscribing. We're on our way to 2,500 subscribers. We at like 23 something right now. I appreciate y'all for sharing. I appreciate y'all for everything, man. For keeping me sharp, for keeping me on my toes. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate y'all. You know, I appreciate y'all for making it feel like a family affair. I just appreciate y'all. I really do. We gonna go ahead and close it out. But before we close it out, if I made you money, put one in the chat, please. For everybody who wasn't on the live today, I made me a what's the day on my I made me a Spider Gang sticker on my phone for my phone. It's not on the outside of the case. It's like I got the case. It's like the regular iPhone case. But what I did, since it had the white ring on there, right? I got labels. I got labels, like shipping labels, and I got some of them big ones, like the 2x4s, right? And so I made a 2-inch purple circle. I looked up the color code of my phone, and I made a 2-inch purple circle, the same color code as my phone. And then I put the spider in the middle, and then I took a razor and cut the circle out. And since I had the white circle on the case that's going to hide the jagged edge, I went on ahead and stuck it to the phone, and then put the case on top of it so that you can't see. And Apple mean for your phone to stay inside their cases. When you put them in there, they mean for them to stay in there. You feel me? Them things that make you'll mess around and make an emergency call trying to take your phone out this case. See, like that. I don't know if y'all can see it, but that's what it looked like without the case. Let me do how they do it on the thing. How they do it on the thing when they put their hand behind it. Well, yeah, I just put it on there. But anyway, y'all know how I like to end it off, man. My niece sent me. I'll be able to put a one in the chat one day. I ain't no need to put a one in the chat because you making yourself money. I don't come to nobody's house and push no buttons for them. I already got a hobby, getting on your nerve. My niece sent me. You gotta do it. No, not in your life. Not in your life. Enjoy your weekend, FC. My niece sent me a video today. Right down there. Well, matter of fact, I went to Dillard High. I went to Dillard High for 2 years. My 9th and 10th grade, I went to Dillard High. She sent me a video of 2 young ladies that the news report said they were friends. Another young lady was in her vehicle, right? And the thing said, check on your family in Dillard, right? And it was a young lady on the hood of a car, and it was another car speeding by. And the young lady that's recording, she like, man, it's too early for this. Let me move my car. Then you see the young lady get flung off the car, hit the side of the car. She on the ground looking dead. She's laid out looking dead, right? The other young lady that swerved and stopped, she stopped, backed up, turned around, came back and deliberately ran the young lady over. Sped off down the street, turned around, came back and deliberately ran her over again. You can hear the young lady in the car like, she keep hitting her on purpose. I said, that young lady is dead. Then I looked at the news clip that was up under it, and she's not dead. See, she was in the hospital. She's in the hospital. Her mom told her she had a big gash in her head, and she want the other young lady to get the max. I said all that to say, ain't nobody promised tomorrow. I get on here every day talking about take advantage of the day. Ain't nobody promised tomorrow. And I don't know when this happened, but when I looked at that video and then they said that they grew up together, I said that would have been a sad thing for that. It was a sad thing for that mother to be at work and get a call from a neighbor that your daughter just got ran over and she out there in the street possibly dead. That's already a sad thing. But on top of it, for it to be your own homegirl, man, I say that all. If it's something going on with you and your loved one, something going on with you and a friend, even you and an enemy, fix it, man. Fix it. Life is too precious. Fix it. Take advantage today while you still can, because tomorrow ain't promised. Let your loved ones know that you love them. Speak in their love language so they can receive the love that you're trying to share. Open up the lines of communication. Half the battle won. When you open up the lines of communication, half the battle won already. Now you just got to do the work. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for always hanging out with me, man. Gold members and black spotters, I'll see y'all on Sunday at 3:00 for the weekend chart prep. Again, hopefully I was able to share something that helped shine a light on something for somebody. If not, I'll try again next time. Appreciate y'all, man. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your dinner. Gone.